What's up, everybody? My name's Seth, and we are back again from Trove. If I look like I just woke up, it's because I just did. I'm actually rushing this video out to you guys. I recorded it just an hour ago. It's like 6:15 in the morning right now. This video is going to be up for 7, but I also have to do a live stream because it's Saturday. So anyways, Luxion is back in the hub, and he doesn't really have the best of things. If we take a quick little peek right here, it's kind of a mishmash, and it seems like they ended up messing up on some of these items. Now, for console players, this is exciting because you guys are going to have access to fireworks flyers, but for like old school PC players, this is nothing new. This was from an event like a couple years ago, if not just 1 year ago or something. I forget what these were from. They were either from like the console launch or something like that. I don't know. But then the miner bot Cubesley was another ally that you would end up getting from a specific event as well. So you are going to have access to both of those bad boys. But then on top of it, there's going to end up being the Contorting Templar, which this is an ally that you would normally end up getting from the Chaos Chest very, very rarely. And I'll show you guys what all these guys look like, I guess, right now while I'm kind of talking about them. So this is going to end up being the little ally dude. He's kind of neat. He's pretty useless, but he is kind of neat. He's going to end up having the stats 25 lasermancy and 2 movement speed, and that's all there is to it. But if you ever want a steampunk version of Cubesley, well, now you have access to it. This is also going to end up being the face style that you saw in there. This face style is nothing out of the ordinary. Like it's always been here for a very, very long time. I don't even know why they threw it in here because it's not special in any way, shape, or form. But then we've got this, no, that's not a new weapon style. That was from Luxion another time. We've got this staff right here, and this staff as well as this helmet were both added to the game's code last Halloween, but for some weird reason we never had access to them. I was very confused because I remember seeing the helmet style anyways, not necessarily the staff, but I noticed that the helmet style was there. And I didn't get it. And I was wondering, like, okay, did I miss something? Was that just a rare drop that you could get from the Halloween event or something like that? Because everybody I talked to said that they didn't have it either. So I guess at least we have access to them. These are going to end up being the only new items that Luxion is selling, is the Freaky Frankie and the Brusque Broom, which I guess it's supposed to be a broomstick. I didn't even think about that. That's kind of weird. But either way, that means that for old school players, we only got 2 pieces of mastery off of Luxion. Not to mention just the items off of him are not particularly good for trading. But then this is going to be the Contorting Templar ally, which he's kind of cool. I like him. He's actually one of my favorite like little Cthulhu allies just because we've got the Cthulhu eyeball, which is the item that you end up using, on gear, and same with the tentacle as well. So it's cool that we got like one of the most in lore allies in the game that it's not necessarily in lore, it's just in theme with the game, even more so than most of the other items that they have. But anyways, he's going to give you 1.5 crit hit, so of course he's going to end up being a useless ally. You're just getting him for the style because he's unique, and no other ally in the game actually has his skeleton, near as I can tell, unless there's like a developer ally that you can end up getting from watching their live streams or something, but I don't have access to any of those stream allies or anything. So anyways, then the wings themselves, they're actually pretty cool, albeit pretty crazy at the same time. They're going to be fireworks themed, so you can see this is just absolutely nuts. I know that these are going to be someone's favorite, like seriously, because they're cool. I like them. They look very, very unique as far as Trove is concerned there. Let me get out Dark Pegasus so that you guys can see it more clearly, but it's kind of crazy wings at the same time, isn't it? Like, they're going nuts. At least they ended up getting the feel that it's supposed to be like fireworks, but oh my gosh, it is insane. Especially those little sparks that are coming off of it. It's quite scary. It's too bad that they didn't have like proper particles where they would end up like going on the ground and you would kind of see the sparks on the ground or something like that. I think that would have been really, really cool, especially because there's that weapon aura that's an acid aura, and that one actually does have particles that end up connecting with the ground. And it's really cool because the detail that they actually have with it, where you could have, like, let's just say that we have the acid aura on our staff right here. The tip of our staff that's off the edge, it wouldn't like bloop, and then there'd be acid like floating in the sky or anything. It would only end up connecting with the blocks that the staff is actually hovering over. So as we would get more and more on these blocks, the acid would actually end up connecting. Now, that's completely irrelevant, but I'm just saying that it would have been cool if they ended up going that extra mile with these wings, because I would love to have seen sparks flying on the ground and stuff like that. Then again, these wings are pretty crazy already, and I don't know. It's just, from my personal opinion, because of the fact that they're static, like, it does, you know, it looks kind of weird when we're turning around and the video effects aren't like shifting to go with us. Instead, it's just keeping up with us like verbatim because it's a flat image. But anyways, if we could ever open his inventory here, then we've also got the Throne of Dark Spirits. Now, this is where I start to think that they messed up, because the Throne of Dark Spirits is selling for 120 dragon coins, which is just a ripoff. Like, this was an item that was in the Chaos chest a long time ago or something. I honestly, I forget where it came from, but I'm pretty sure it was very easy to get this thing. And it's kind of lame that they throw it in for 120 dragon coins, which tells me that they messed up. And that these fireworks wings are supposed to be for 120, and then the Throne of Dark Spirits is supposed to be for 90. It made me start to think, too, that because they have the Luxion items stocked up for months on end already, like in the game's code, it's already set. It's already set in stone. They don't have to adjust anything. But it made me wonder, you know, how much of these items did they mess up? Because the other thing, too, that you gotta consider is that the fireworks flyers and the minor bot cubes, like, neither of these items are tradable because the event themselves had these items untradable, which, again, makes me think, considering their price, that they should actually be a tradable version by now, especially if we threw these wings over here and they were for 120 dragon coins and they were a tradable version of those wings. That would totally make sense, and that would actually be very worthwhile to end up investing in, because wings are something that's always going to end up selling, whereas a mount, you know, we've got hundreds if not thousands of mounts in this game, so nobody cares about like buying another one, especially when it's just going to end up being this. Like, it's kind of just an alternative version to the other throne that Luxion gave us, like you know, last few visits, right? It's still cool, don't get me wrong. I like it because it's kind of a darker theme, and I like the smoke and fire particles that are coming off of the bottom. However, it's kind of broken in that if we end up hovering in the sky, you can see that the particles are just keeping up with us, even though those smoke particles are obviously supposed to be just on the ground. Now, the reason why I'm kind of nitpicking here, if we end up grabbing, what is it? Throne? Is that what they called it? Oh, geez, I gotta try and figure out what this thing was called. One sec, guys. The booster seat. Okay, there we go. So this thing is a prime example where you see the smoke particles on the ground, but then you get up into the sky and it keeps up with you. Oh, it's been a long time since I had this mount, like, on my person, so I didn't even know that the particles actually followed us. So I guess it is 100% just a reskin, particles and all. It just seems kind of weird that the smoke is actually keeping up with you while you're in the air for me, but I guess that's on purpose. Okay, well, rip me. And then for some reason, like, maybe they're trying to be ironic here, because Luxion is just like, you know, the reason why Luxion has a recycler is because they're trying to kind of make a pun that Luxion was the garbage man. You know, everyone was always making fun of him, saying that, oh, he's coming back and he's just recycling old items. You know, it's not really anything special. And he kind of does that this time. And unironically, or maybe ironically, maybe they did it on purpose, he's already selling his recycler again. Like, why is he already selling this again? We already just bought it, and I don't want another one. Like, seriously, if we knew that this thing was going to end up being a common item, like, there's so many other items that he could throw into his inventory as a repeat object instead of his stupid recycler. Like, seriously. And I'm really just waiting for the chance. Like, when are we going to end up getting Luxion as a dragon? Because we already know, I've said this in every other Luxion video, but if this is your first time tuning in, there is a Luxion dragon in the game's code. Oh, pardon me, 1 second. Oh my goodness gracious, the sickness is starting to creep up on me because I'm actually commentating for a longer period of time than usual. But anyways, this dragon is actually in the game, so I wonder if his wings are off-center in the game as well. I don't think that this is the mount's code, though. But either way, I want this thing as a dragon. I wonder if its fireball effects are going to end up being very beautiful, and he's going to end up shooting out, like, I don't know, flux He should also just give you Flux. He should poop out Flux. But either way, you know, at the least, you can get yourself some wings, guys. But everything else is pretty much trash. Even if there's an item that you want to actually invest into for trading, I would say that you save your dragon coins, especially because we've already got like the new dragons that ended up getting added to the game, and we already can confirm that the fall update is going to add even more dragons. No idea whether or not you're going to end up being able to use a dragon effigy on those new dragons yet, but I'm expecting that they're going to end up being the new primordial dragons that they've been hinting at, that are going to be coming out with the new gems, because the next update is going to end up being U10. Thanks for watching though, folks. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, and I am used to saying like, share, favorite, and subscribe and all that. I'm trying to get in the habit of just saying like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because that's you know, all the other stuff doesn't really do anything on YouTube anymore now, does it? But anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to support me, you can always sponsor the YouTube channel or check links in the description for Gawkbox as well as Solidarity app, which are both methods that you can end up downloading phone games. You just follow the instructions that they give you. You download a phone game, you get like a couple bucks, and then you can throw that to me as an absolutely free donation. But then if you want to end up spending some hard-earned money, you can buy some of my merch. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, sayonara, and stay epic, everybody.